About a month ago, I got an email from a guy named Elvis, who works at KemiMoto. They wanted to know if they sent me a couple cargo boxes that goes in the back of the Polaris Ranger, if I'd really put it through the works and then give my honest review at the end. That's what this video is. If you're at all curious how it goes, stay tuned. This isn't the first time KemiMoto's reached out to me. They reached out to me a couple months ago and asked me to review some other products, but honestly, I just said no thank you because those products were of no value to me whatsoever. It was like a rear view mirror that changes colors with the music. I'm never going to use anything like that here. I've already opened this one. Let's open this one right now so you see what we're talking about. I know a lot of people talk about initial packaging. I don't care about any of that. I don't care how good a shape the cardboard box is. I don't care about any of that stuff. I just want to know, is the product, and was it damaged? Now this other one I've already started testing. That's why it's already open. They sent me two different sizes of these boxes. I think the key thing, these are pretty cool. I'm gonna spoiler alert, these are pretty cool. The key thing is, you see these cylinder shapes? When you set this in the back of your side-by-side, these go right into the holes, and then the damn thing doesn't move. That, I think, is the biggest selling point we're going to come across today. We got two different sizes sent to us. Well, yeah, never mind. They sent us two different sizes. What's neat about this larger one is you can hook it up this side or this side. I'll show you all that here in a little bit. So, okay. So it comes with a padlock and a chain to, like, I guess, padlock it to your side-by-side so somebody can't just come by and steal it. But I mean, literally, it's just a big empty box. So is that it? Is that the end of the review? No, I think there's a lot more to it. Let's get into that stuff now. Alright, so let's take a step back just a little bit. The first box they sent me, what's the details, what's the specs of this thing? This is a 20 liter container, and this normally sells for $159.99. It's on sale right now for $129.99. This larger one is a 45, so it's a little bit bigger than twice the size. It's a 45 liter. Normally this thing costs $249.99. On their website it was on sale for $179.99. Now, obviously, they gave me an offer code, so if you use discount code Woodward, I think you get like 15 or 16% off, something like that. Use it or don't, none of that money comes to me, but I'm just offering that to you guys. They did tell me there's an offer code, like I said, Woodward, where I think you get like 16% off, which seems like a random number. So this is a 45 liter, this is a 20 liter. I think the biggest benefit I see, like I said, these hooks, because this just connects directly to your side-by-side, and then this thing, this is solid. This thing is not moving. Same with the little one. So again, if you're on this side, you're like, oh quick, I want to go get my gear, throw it in here. And again, I think the use case of these is pretty awesome, and they're going to work perfect for me. Because it's like, I haul stuff in the back of this, but I don't haul stuff in the back of this every day, right? A couple of points they did ask me to like talk through is like the durability, how much weight they can hold, and then I'm also thinking it's pretty important for waterproof. But I'm gonna kind of do some of those tests, and let's find out. I don't know if this thing's waterproof. It looks waterproof, but I'm gonna spray the shit out of it with a hose and let's find out. So I've said it a few times now. I think this is a really, really good feature, that this locks into the side of your side-by-side. This thing's not gonna move. But the question I had to myself is, who do I think am I competing with? Who's KemiMoto competing with this box? I got a couple of examples right here. We've all seen boxes like this. This is a Plano, right? I think I got this at Tractor Supply, maybe a Fleet and Farm, something like that. I just have our camping gear in here. Is this thing durable? Not really. I'm not even going to test it because I don't want to break it. If I push this off the back of my tailgate, the likelihood of this plastic cracking is almost 100%. So this box costs maybe 40 bucks, but on the flip side, it has no durable. Like, this thing's not going to hold up to a fall. The next thing you're competing with, of course, is a Yeti. Now, this thing, this is one of their Goboxes. They make all different sizes. Like, is this more durable than the Plano? 100%. The problem I have with Yeti is really twofold. And this is really, trust me, I've bought, at one point I was probably the biggest Yeti fanboy you can have. I'm kind of over Yeti. Like, we have, I'll show you what we have. Okay, so I've spent a lot of money on Yeti products, probably because I've been influenced. I don't know. But number one, the soft-sided cooler. This zipper is almost next to impossible to open. So I guess if you wanted, if you were really concerned about, will a bear get in there? Probably not. But guess what? I can't get in there to get another cold beer either. So what we oftentimes do is we just unzip it and leave it sit there. That's kind of stupid. It was pretty expensive for that. This cooler, these heavy-duty rubber things. It isn't that big a deal, and I know they have a new version out, but who's going to go spend $250 more on another cooler the exact same size? The other problem with a cooler like this, it is heavy, man. You fill this thing up, and it's about all I want is to pick this thing up and move it. Brings us down to the large cooler. Yes, it has wheels on it. I know this is durable, but I also paid like $350 or $400 for it. The other day, we went out to a park to meet some friends. This was jam-packed full of like water and ice and soda and lemonade and beer. My dumbass set it off the back of the truck, set it on the ground, and I thought I was going to drive away. I started talking to somebody and I ended up backing almost over it. This thing held up. Yetis hold up. But at what cost? This thing probably weighs 150 pounds when it's fully loaded. So it's like, the reason I bring this up to you is because Yeti makes these Go boxes kind of like this. Now, I didn't buy this, somebody sent this to me for free, but they make larger ones, and I think that would be competing. I think these larger Go boxes would be a competitor to these solutions that we have right here. And it's going to be super heavy duty, and I don't need anything that heavy duty. Comment down below if you need something that heavy duty. I just don't, because I need to be able to pick up a thing and move, and if it's going to weigh 95 pounds, then I know, like, my wife and kids probably aren't going to be able to do that. So it's like, I don't need anything that durable, but I'd like something maybe a little more durable than this. What if this thing did fall out of the back of the side-by-side? Or you're throwing in wood and you hit it? This thing's going to break. I don't think this is going to break. That's test one. Now, yep, that scuffed up the top pretty good. How'd that do? Scuffed up, it scuffed up the side. Are you okay with that? I am. Let's do it again. The point is, this thing, it's pretty heavy duty. It is. It's scuffed up, but it's certainly not going to take a beating. Or it certainly can take a beating. In fact, this little guy, here, I'll cut to it right now. Look at these kids. I told them all just grab like a garden rake or whatever you wanted out of the barn, and all together just start beating the hell out of this thing, because I need to know if this is going to hold up. If they would have broken that or punctured this with a garden rake, then I don't think that's probably like a realistic test. But yeah, the top of this is scuffed up a little bit, but overall this took a legit beating. Now KemiMoto mentioned that these boxes, they told me, would hold 100 kilograms. What is that, like 220 pounds? Could a 220 pound person stand on top of this? I don't know. But let's find out. Like, I'm pushing on this thing right now and there's a little give to it. So I'm a little nervous to step on it because I weigh probably about 275 pounds right now. Now, I don't even hesitate. Do the Yetis hold up? Of course. When do I need to stand on a cooler? I don't know, maybe to reach something? They all, I mean, again, I know these will all hold up. Will this Plano hold up? No chance. No chance this thing would hold up. So I weigh 275 pounds. This is rated to hold 220 pounds. KemiMoto, I think it's rated better than that. So what do I find attractive about this? What are my use cases? I have a small tree nursery located here on the property. Almost every single customer who comes here, I hop in the side-by-side and I drive down to where we sell trees. The things that I need to keep on me at all times is a pair of work gloves. I prefer them to be dry. A pair of snips, so in case you see dead branches or stuff, again, you prefer these not to be all rusted up, but they need to be somewhere close because you use them every single day. Because we have cheap fence, zip ties. You're always running out of those. And then I bought this thing from Duluth Trading, which kind of sucks, but I do like keep papers and things of that nature in there. So like if somebody needs a receipt on hand, if somebody wants to pay with a credit card, I keep these things in here. I keep notes in here about different trees because I can't actually have every type of tree memorized in my head. The growth rate, the height, the width, mature, distance to plant them. Oftentimes I was leaving this just on the seat, but it's like, hey, if I could just have this stuff in here and know that it's good to go. So it's like, all right, pull in, I see somebody popping in real quickly, grab what I need and go. That's the whole purpose. And the other thing is, I'm pretty impressed because this thing isn't gonna slide around, right? So if I had a couple bags of dirt or anything, pile of wood in here, this thing will hold up against that. And I believe that, well, that's what I believe. I think the fact that the biggest benefit of this is it hooks right into your holes. So waterproof is really important to me. I need to be able to throw papers in here and not have to worry about if they're going to get wet. I need to be able to throw a DeWalt drill in here, a Sawzall, some other battery operated thing, a charging cords. I need to be able to throw maybe a Bluetooth speaker in here and know that, like, if I accidentally leave this thing out in the rain, it's not going to get wet. Let's find out. Let's find out. How waterproof is it? All right, test one. A nice shower, a nice Iowa shower on a Sunday afternoon. Do I think anything in there is going to get wet? Not a chance. But this isn't really the test we're looking for, is it? Actually, there's a hole right there. Interesting. Let's let's test this thing. Did the water get in there? Okay, all right. There's one drip of water in there, and that just came from my hand. This hole is actually a plastic. Well, I'll show you. All right, see that? That indentation, that was the hole. I thought I was filling up the box. I am curious though, what if that indentation fills up? Let's fill that up and see if it's gonna leak on the inside or not. I'm literally gonna go right into this hole. Okay, did any of that stuff, did anything inside get wet? Let's find out. It doesn't, because when this thing fills up, it would have to go over this lip to get on the inside, and it just runs somewhere else. Okay, so it passed the Iowa shower test. What about a driving thunderstorm? Everything's 100% dry. Okay, final thoughts. These boxes, do they hold up? Are they durable? They are durable. They are going to leave some marks. Is that going to get the inside of your product damaged? Probably not. If this is enough that makes you go, ooh, I don't want scratches on my box, well, then this box probably isn't for you, wuss. If you're like normal people who work for a living, this isn't going to bother you. What you care about is, does it hold up? Number two, the load test. Again, these things were rated for 100 kilograms, 220 pounds. I weigh 275 pounds. I stood on top of it. I was expecting this to bend or dent. It didn't do any of those things. Actually, before I even recorded that clip, I told my wife, there's a decent chance this thing's going to flip out from under me. I'm going to break my leg. So that probably would have made a better video, but thank God that didn't happen. They're waterproof. I don't think you're going to have a storm, at least in Iowa, that's going to drive rain in this crack more than I did with the garden hose. So then it comes down to price, right? At 20 liters, again, this normally runs $160. It's on sale right now for $130. Again, with the Woodward promo code, you get 16% off. But even at $160, this is a 20-liter box. Yeti is going to charge $250 for something that same size, and it's not going to connect. It's still going to fall and roll. If you're going fast or you run your dump box, that's going to fall out because you're going to have to strap it in or always be worried about that. This, on the other hand, you slide it into place, you're absolutely done. So I do think, in my honest opinion, I do think this is worth the money. The larger one, 45 liters, normally $250. It's on sale for $180. Again, without any promo codes. I think that one's worth it too. It just, everything costs more. Now, is it as cheap as a Plano? Nope. And if a Plano is going to fit your needs, you should probably buy a Plano versus something that's going to cost 5 times the money. But I need something a little better than that, where I think this is that sweet spot. This is the sweet spot of cargo boxes. Are there 100 other kind of brands? Of course there are. But again, those people are trying to compete with the Yeti. I don't think KemiMoto is necessarily trying to compete with the Yeti. So thank you, Elvis, for reaching out to me. I think these are a good buy, a good value. Again, I got these sent to me for free to make this video. But on the flip side, if I was watching this video, I might actually consider buying it. If I was going to buy just one, I'd buy the larger one. But that's just because I probably would only have one sitting here and I wouldn't want to fill this up. If you found this video useful, give me a thumbs up. If you want to tell me it sucked, go ahead and comment down below. I'm open to that feedback as well. Otherwise, I hope every one of you guys are having a good Sunday, and I will catch you next time.